Here's the Spurs News Roundup, providing all the latest top news all in one place in the last 24 hours and full analysis of the stories. Stay tuned till the end. If you're new to the channel, please like and subscribe. Welcome back. Hope you are all keeping well. So let's get into it. Fiji's firstly report the Real Sociedad midfielder, and that's Bras Mendes, has attracted interest from Tottenham Hotspur. A bid of around £35 million would be accepted. Full time then, Plymouth Argyle 6, Tottenham under-21s 2 in the Virtu Trophy. Goals from Plymouth coming from Ross in the 5th minute, Finn in the 20th minute, Finn in the 53rd minute to get his brace. Pebble, 28th minute, Onesi, 41st minute, and Campbell in the 86th minute. And the Spurs under-21s, their 2 goals coming from Russell Denny in the 57th minute when they're already quite far. Yeah, already 5-0 down by the time that we scored. Then Iro got the last goal of the game in the in added time. It was in the second minute of added time, so 92nd minute. Lone watch there, Mana Solomon scored his first goal whilst at Villarreal. He is still a Tottenham player. Rando Colomwani and Ben Davies will miss our clash tonight with Doncaster in the Carabao Cup. Thomas Frank was asked about Antonin Kinski. Frank said the easy thing for Antonin would have been to stay with his former club. Now he has a big stage in front of him and a great future ahead. The Sun Football asked Thomas Frank about Dejan Kulusevski, and Frank said that there's a good chance that Kulusevski could be back before the end of the year. Frank said it'd be a great opportunity to have some of the younger players on the bench. It's always special to give a youngster their debut. It could be a good opportunity, as him in the Doncaster press conference. Thomas Frank wants Tottenham to compete across all 4 competitions this season. Frank said, I would like us to compete in all 4 tournaments across the year. If you're going to do that, you need to pick the right team all the time. I think every time we put a team out there is super strong. We need to hit that perfect number of players that rotate and a strong team. Thomas Frank has confirmed that goalkeeper Antonin Kinski will start for Tottenham against Doncaster on Wednesday. Next, the Telegraph Football report that Fabio Paratici still remains a consultant to Tottenham after accepting a suspended prison sentence to free him of the Juventus controversy. Quick line watch for you then again. George Abbott registered an assist for Wickham last night, so Tuesday evening. Thomas Frank would welcome former striker Harry Kane back to Tottenham. Frank was asked in his press conference over links, and Frank said, I think there's a lot of Tottenham fans, including myself, who would like to see Frank back. He's a top player. Personally, I don't think he will do it right now, if I'm honest. He's performing well, and he'll probably stay in Bayern and continue to perform well. But he's welcome if he wants to join us. He's more than welcome. Thomas Frank on his relationship with Fabio Paratici. Frank said, Fabio is a consultant. Of course, I speak to him. I've spoken to him mainly in the transfer window while he's part of the group that works and deals with the transfers. I've got a good relationship with him. Alistair Gold via Football London asked Thomas Frank about Luca Williams-Barnett and whether he's involved, possible inclusion in the squad versus Doncaster. Frank said, let's see tomorrow, but that could be an opportunity. Frank spoke about Wilson Odobert and Matthias Tell in the press conference. Frank said they're exciting, good players. Thomas Frank spoke about Matthias Tell playing mainly down the middle, but he said he's eager to try him on the left. Here's the official quote from Frank in his press conference. Frank said, I would say he plays all his games for the French under-21s down the middle. He played for us down the middle. I'm definitely aware that he can play to the side as well, also to the left, and maybe that is his best position. Maybe I'd like to say, so that's definitely something I have in mind to use as well. It's always that you need to juggle everything. There's a few players also quite good down the left, and that's not just maybe better than Mateus, it's just how you do and you construct a team. Thomas Frank was asked about his relationship with CEO Vinay Vernakashu. Frank said, I really like working together with Vinay. Obviously I didn't know him before I joined Spurs. From day one he came across like a fantastic person, really a person I think understands people and is very approachable. As far as I learned, as his experiences, his processes, he's calm, good processes, listen, and from what he can take good, calm decisions. That's a strength in sometimes a tiny bit of an emotional football world. Thomas Frank spoke about cup games at Brentford, losing to Gillingham and Plymouth, which he did at Brentford, and what he learned from those experiences. Frank said, did we lose to Gillingham? We did. It was another team we beat. It definitely taught me that cup competition in cup tournaments and everything possible in both ways. Before then, 2 games you reference, I went into them very focused, very aware of what could happen. I clearly remember Gillingham, as you said. I remember we had to put a very strong team out there, but it can happen. It's football. That's why we love it. It's a low-scoring game, but tomorrow we'll put a strong team out there. We face an opponent, Doncaster, that are doing very well in League One. We just need to be on it, and it's all about us. Just a final one for me. Thomas Frank spoke about set pieces. Frank said we have specific principles and also specific routines. No doubt about that. I think it's very important. Open play and set pieces. It's very important to have those principles in place and then tweak them a little bit towards the opponent depending on their system, how they defend. Let's say corners or wide free kicks. Then we can tweak it a little bit. We can't change it too much because we need to be consistent in the message. Thomas Frank spoke about Damola Ajayi and Spurs giving him the permission to play for Doncaster, our opponents, against Tottenham while he's on loan. Frank said, I think it's okay. He's on loan at another club. I know the Premier League have this. If you're on loan from a club, you're not allowed to play rule. We decided to loan him out because it was good for his development. I've done that 1,000 times. Maybe not 1,000 times, a lot of times at Brentford, but we haven't been that lucky to face one of our own players. It is what it is. I think it's a great opportunity for him. Thomas Frank was asked about Kota Takai and Dominic Solanke, and Frank's response was progressing. Both trained today on Tuesday with the team, so that's good. Thomas Frank was asked on what it would mean to lift a trophy at Tottenham. Frank said, of course, I'd like to win, no doubt about that. For me, I think we probably need to take one game at a time, make sure we get past Doncaster tomorrow, and then if we continue progressing, then ask me that question when we get to the final. Before that, it's about winning the next one, because if we don't win the next one, there's no reason to speak about what's happening here, maybe in the future. Thomas Frank was asked about the Carabao Cup as a whole, and Frank said, I don't know any coach or manager or players or club that doesn't want to compete and try to win. It's the same with me, same with the club. Going into the Carabao tomorrow, really looking forward to it. We'll do everything we can to try and win it. You're in a tournament, we play for that, so of course we will do that. Naturally, there will be a little bit of rotation. There should be, with all due respect to Doncaster, who will most likely play a fantastic game. Graham McCann, the manager, I know him very well as a coach. I faced him in the Championship. He's a very good guy, done well with the team, plays very offensive football. It's a team we need to respect. We also need to be at the highest level to get in to the next round. Next, Frank spoke about injuries, gave an injury update, in particular on Dejan Kulusevski. On Kulusevski, he said, of course, Kulusevski is a top player. I always liked him when I saw from afar. He's a key player for us, a key player for me. Instead of putting an exact month, I just want him back as soon as possible. The medical guys and Kulusevski are working very hard on that. It's not tomorrow, but hopefully not too far away. Frank generally, though, on the latest team news said it looks good. Everyone available last time is available again. Thomas Frank was asked about the approach for the Doncaster game in the Carabao Cup, and he just kind of reiterated what he's already said about needing rotation. So what else have we got in here? Frank spoke about kind of Matty's tail and his kind of attacking role in the team, and Frank said he plays his games for the France U21s down the middle but can also play down the left. Maybe it's his best position, I don't like to say. Frank was asked about his approach in domestic cup competitions, and Frank said it's a balance. I'd like us to compete in all 4 tournaments across the year. If you're going to do that, you need to pick the right team all the time. I think that we have to put a good team out there. We spoke about how he spoke of Damola Ajayi, and there's news here from Bild in Germany. This is a German newspaper. They said on Harry Kane's release clause that Harry Kane can leave Bayern Munich next summer for £56.7 million as long as he states his intention to leave before the end of the January transfer window. This could alert the likes of Manchester United, Arsenal and Tottenham in considering a move for the star. Tottenham's record in the League Cup third round. The visit to Doncaster Rovers on Wednesday will be Tottenham's 51st appearance in the third round of the League Cup. Tottenham's record to date stands at 36 wins and 14 defeats. Tottenham went on to win the competition from 4 of those 36 victories, lifting the trophy in 1971, 1973, 1999 and 2008. In the last 10 years, Tottenham progressed from 7 of our third round ties, although only 4 of them have come in 90 minutes, with 2 won via penalties. Watford in the 2018-19 season and Wolves in the 21-22 season. Well, we were given a bye in 2021 season, having been due to face Leyton Orient under Jose Mourinho. The 4 wins in normal time came against lower league opposition, with wins over the likes of Championship sides Nottingham Forest in the 2014-15 season, Barnsley 2017-2018 season, Coventry the 24-25 season, as well as League One outfit Gillingham in 2016-2017 season. Next, BBC Sport say that Wales have held talks with highly rated teenager Tottenham Hotspur Mikey Moore about switching international alliance from England. The 18-year-old Londoner, who's on loan at Scottish Premiership side Rangers, has represented England under-19s but qualified for Wales through a grandparent. Moore is the youngest player to play for Spurs in the Premier League, having made his debut at the age of 16 and 277 days in May 2024. Moore joined Rangers on loan in August and has made 6 appearances in all competitions so far this season. There is no rush for him to make a decision on his international future, as several players have switched national teams over the years, such as David Brooks and Jordan James, among the current Wales players to have represented England at youth level, while Arsenal midfielder Declan Rice switched to England from Ireland after playing 3 senior Republic of Ireland friendlies. So there we go, Moore's got a decision to make. Next, Andrew Madley has been appointed the referee for Tottenham's Carabao Cup third round game against Doncaster on Wednesday at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium, September the 24th. The West Yorkshire official has taken charge of 2 matches this term in the UEFA Champions League qualifying and also the Sky Bet League One. He issued 4 yellow cards and 1 red card across those games. Madley will be his assistant, with Nick Hopton is assisting him and Craig Taylor on Wednesday, while Fari Holm has been assigned the 4th official duties. And last but not least, team talks say that Tottenham are ready to reignite their interest in Manchester City's Savinha as early as January if the Man City winger continues to struggle for minutes. So there you go, those are your Tottenham headlines. Let's quickly go through and dissect them. We're going to generalise generally here. What we got, disappointing day for the under-21s. Players looked like they blew them away. Saying that Moani and Davis missing the game because Frank Origi said after his Brighton kind of post-match conference, post-match interviews, after that draw, he said that he hoped that both would be back. Neither are back. Kinski starting in goal, big opportunity for him. I actually thought he'd be the number 1 actually when Frank came in. I thought over time he would be because of his distribution, but no disrespect to Kinski, but Vicario's done such a good job. I think Frank speaks a lot, of course, about the game. He speaks about Harry Kane, which is really interesting. And my personal opinion is he doesn't return to Tottenham anytime soon, if at all. If he does, it'd be great. Earliest will be next summer for me. I just don't see it happening in January or anything like that. But no, I think in this game we've got to get the balance of giving, against Doncaster anyway, give the balance of giving younger players an opportunity, but also going strong enough to get, kind of the job done. We don't want to be in a situation where we play too many young players, or we change 11 players, and we get knocked out. But the same stretch and same string of imagination, we can't be, for me, playing with Van der Ven, Romero. We want to rest players like Van der Ven, Romero, Porro. These are the players that we really want to rest, in my opinion. Goalkeeper too. What we've got then, Kulusevski not too far away. Interesting, our third round of the Carabao Cup kind of record. It's good, but we've needed more than 90 minutes, which is of course always a shame. And Savinha, I mean, it'd be nice to happen. He's not getting many minutes in Manchester City, but they get a couple more injuries and you have to play a lot more games. So not too much to discuss, apart from Fabio Paratici. It's very disappointing to hear that he's got in a bit more trouble. It looks like he's still going to remain at the club as a consultant. And Frank really open. I thought Frank would not talk about it, but he did. He's very open about his relationship. Same with Vinay. He sounds like he could come in and change the club very well. So no, all positive generally. Of course, it's frustrating that Davis and Moani are unavailable, particularly with Moani having a dead leg. It probably means that we have to play someone like a Richarlison, or they played the other day. It is what it is, but against Doncaster we've got to get the balance of being professional, thorough, getting the job done, but like I said, we've got to rest players, rotate players, hopefully see younger players. So a lot from Frank there, and a lot of the kind of the same, and he's very interesting to listen to from press conferences. That is your Spurs news roundup, provide your latest top news all in one place, and a little bit of analysis too in the last 24 hours. Thank you very much for watching. Enjoy the rest of your day. If you need a like, subscribe, and a massive, most importantly, come on, you Spurs. Thank you.